jab, uppercut, leave you laid out on the floor. Try to duck and roll, hit and miss, now you counting stars. Should've practiced more, should've hit the mask, get out there more. Claim that you're the best. You gotta show me, son. Actions over words, baby boy. Is you real or what? Talking way too much, world come. Back sports, talking way too much, world come. Back sports, talking way too much, world come. Back
Shout out to the hottest chat in the MFN game. A side, A side, A side. A side official. No negotiation needed, period. You already know the first in the building is WCS on deck. Best believe it. Those of you that's inbound, I know it's going to take a little bit because I supposed to, went on just a little bit later, but I came on, Now to get it out the way. So I'm waiting for you all to come up here and shout out to the ones who support the channel as always. You know what I'm saying? It's much appreciated, recognized, and you already know, never taken for granted. So we're going to talk about some boxing topics. We're going to talk about some situations. We're going to highlight what a content creator said that made perfect sense. You know what I'm saying? That made absolutely perfect sense. And I'm going to give you some more of this hot grease because why? I am preparing you for the year anniversary of the fish fry. I'm preparing you and keeping you abreast of changes that you may not have known. I feel that I can get over here and deliver it to you in a specific way that'll pique your interest. Okay. We have so much going on. We're waiting for the test to come back for Ryan Garcia. And as I told people, it doesn't matter if he come back positive for Ostarine or not. That's not going to stop the flow of him. Seriously, it's not going to stop the flow. Only thing it's going to do is basically expunge the loss that Devin has. It's just if the way we viewed it on the big screen wasn't so bad, then people would give a damn a little bit more. But they seem like they don't care if he comes back. positive for ostarine. It's not going to do. It's not like he never can recover. It's not like he's never going to have another fight. We don't even know the severity of the penalty that he's going to get. You know what I'm saying? We don't know any of that. But let me get down to it, man. You're looking at the man on the screen, the number one prospect in the world. The number one prospect in the world, Jahi Tucker. He's returning back to the square circle, man. His battleground dominion, June 8th, Saturday, beneath the hottest promotion in the game, Top Rank Promotions, live on ESPN at Madison Square Garden. The good thing about this fight is Jahi is 21 years old. He has an opportunity to step back in there and showcase his skills. He's very, very young in the game. And he's had the opportunity to experience the highs and lows of boxing at the inception of his career. You're probably asking yourself, what's the highs and lows? Well, the highs is being able to get up under the bright lights since day numero uno, his first pro fight, and shine and not feel some type of way that he wasn't meant for this type of, entertainment or this type of expectations. It seems like he was built for it since his first pro fight. And also, if you look at his entertainment value, his Wall Street as a fighter, the man has unlimited potential as a fighter. You know what I'm saying? He has unlimited potential as a professional boxer. He has unlimited potential on what he can learn and what he can basically apply to his skill set to continue to make him better. Now, when you talk about ring IQ, I know, that he's still building. He's still climbing. We understand that. But his ring IQ has shown that as a 21-year-old, he's pretty advanced when it comes to what his capabilities are offensively and defensively stepping in the square. I have to highlight his last fight with Francisco Varane, right? It was something about that fight that seems a bit fishy. You know what I'm saying? Boxing is a fishy sport, as we found out last year, July 29th, when people felt that they were swimming amongst, you know what I'm saying? When people thought they was the big fish, but they wasn't. This is not that kind of smell. I'm speaking more so as Jahi, fishy. Him getting a top 5 ranked middleweight. It's like when a fish is already ashore and the stages of rigor mortis step in, the gases build up and you see these big bloated fish. Something wasn't smelling right. You know what I'm saying? They bought this big behemoth freaking middleweight down there to 154 to do something. It seemed like they had ulterior motives to go in there. And for those of you that don't attend fights or don't ever have the opportunity to be around teams, right? One thing I will commend his team, the ones who's building him up, the ones who's in the gym, the one who's putting in the hours. Every time I have spoken about an opponent that's supposed to be tough, I'm looking at it from the outside looking in. I'm looking at his age. I'm looking at how many fights he got. It's never anything negative. It's always positive. Oh, we're gonna break him up. Jahi gonna go in there and get it done. We're gonna make sure he's properly prepared. And what I'm trying to tell you, it's always like this team is always trying to prepare Jahi Tucker for the next step. You know what I'm saying? They're out there taking this serious. You know how certain teams, they have a fighter, but they don't really believe in their fighter because they may have something else of interest. They might have someone else of interest. But this team is building up Jahi, who didn't have an extended amateur pedigree. But I think what he's been able to do on the professional level far exceeds. And, I got to commend his team for doing a great job, man, and keeping everything tight, being consistent. You know what I'm saying? His pops making sure He gives him different looks, and recently he was over there in Texas getting work. I spoke to him on the phone. He's saying, in order for growth, sometimes you got to let him experience other areas outside the nest. You just got to let them get, because what a father's attachment is. That's their baby. That's their kid. And they always want to be there to protect. But once you get, these young kids, they turn 20, and you're talking about they're in a combat sport. In order for them to get different looks, you have to travel. You have to travel. And I tell people all the time, right? Like when I spoke to him, when we have these little conversations, it's always something that's dealing with building the next, whatever the plan to continue to grow, continue to, get these opponents that's going to not only make Jahi look good, but not look good, but not only test Jahi, but pretty much put him in a situation for him to shine in front of the lens once again. And like I said, not every fighter can shine under the lights and in front of the lens. This ain't a high school talent show, man. You going on national TV as a teenager, it's not as easy as people think it is. And then to go in there and have highlight reel clips and you only sitting at 7, 8 professional fights. Salute to them, man. And I always mention, me and Sean News always talk and always, say, hey, he the hottest right now in the game when it comes to content creators, plus the plus on him being a Team Tucker freaking role player since the building process began. You know what I'm saying? And you get to see the whole, situation materialize. And he did a lot today, like others. He made very good points and how they're building, how they're making moves behind the scenes, and how they're pretty much, getting Jahi's name out there now. You know what I'm saying? He's doing more interviews. He's taking more pictures. And then as you look in the thumbnail, let me get the actual picture, right? Let me show you the actual picture. And this is huge, man. At 20, at any age, man, you know what I'm saying? To see your name on a billboard for branding promotion in your city. That's big, man. That's huge right there. You know what I'm saying? I'm happy for them, man. I'm happy that they continue to add layers and layers and layers to this cat, man. You know what I'm saying? Jahi is one of the stars out there that no matter, the blanket that certain people try to put over, or the canopy, the cloud canopy that certain people want to criticize him for, the man got such unlimited talent. You're not going to be able to hold him down at the end of the day, because what he possesses is what he's going to present. If he possesses something, he's going to present it. If he possesses all the skills and he continue to learn and he's willing, he's hungry, you're going to see him present it inside the square. This man is sitting on a billboard out there, man. That's big time. You know what I'm saying? To see you up there and they have some of your highlight moments saying you about to go and fight. That's big. And back in the day, people was more concerned about, and it's always a concern, right? Y'all remember I did an interview with Von Alexander, and he was one of the boxers coming up, and he was a big deal. He's Devin Alexander's brother, but he was in the streets a lot, right? And he ended up getting locked up. But the reason why I'm saying this is that, back in the days they was coming up, you had these boxers come on the scene and they start to make a name for themselves, and then people start trying to pay attention to how they living. You know what I'm saying? What I appreciate and respect about what Jahi and his family is doing is that how he's moving accordingly, and how the streets is looking at him in this light instead of the light that we're seeing with those other brothers and twins and everybody else. You know what I'm saying? He's pretty much staying low key, stand in the lab, continue to improve, keep his training, and he's up here got billboards of himself in his city. That's big time. You know what I'm saying? Salute to you, man. Salute to you. I'm happy for the brother. I ain't gonna lie. I'm happy for Jahi. I'm happy for his team. I'm happy for his parents. You know what I'm saying? Because ultimately the parents, it's gonna be a point in time in the parents' life that they're gonna look back at all the hard work and the hours spent in the gym and everything that it took, going to fights after fights, even with Jamali Tucker. You know, we haven't even got started on him yet, you know, being in the pro ranks, but just to be able to say, okay, these are my kids, and look where we started at, and look where we at as far as growth, and this is where we look to be. Once you get there and look back on it all you're gonna do is gonna have a smile. You're gonna say to yourself, damn, man, that was a lot of fucking work, but it was worth it. You know what I'm saying? It was worth it. When he finally win the first championship, it's gonna be one of those deals. Oh man, it was worth it. Look where we came. This history right here with him being on the billboard, that ain't going nowhere. You know, let WCS, put it out there. Make sure you continue to support Jahi Tucker. That's a good guy. You know what I'm saying? He can actually fight. He can box. He implements offense and defense. He's at a point right now where he never tried to be a sparring champion. Most of what I know about him is his performances inside the ropes. Once again, what I know about Jahi Tucker is his performances inside the ropes. His performance against Francisco Varone showed once again as to why I say it's a lot of activity that he put out to the public once the bell rang that he's innately gifted. You know, the movement on the inside. You don't have fighters that's able to fight on the inside and constantly keep that dance rhythm. You know what I'm saying? That electric boogie. You don't find fighters who can constantly put that rhythm down when a fighter is responding. They're throwing punches at you and you got to continue to dance to the rhythm of the rhythm, to the funky beat. Let the rhythm hit your soul, goddammit. That's why he's the number one prospect in the world, man. He doesn't have to be recognized. He doesn't have to continue to go out here and say it. The real ones know. The real ones know what it is, man. The real ones know. And even the real ones might have a little hate in their blood, but they know. You know what I'm saying? They was the same one up there asking, why is he talking to the camera like that? This is a teenager up here talking to the camera, letting the world know, hey, what you did I give you what you was looking for? Hey, it's me. Yeah. He's up there talking to the world, man. No opponents with losing records on his boxing ledger. His register continues to grow. And even though he has a spec, I call it a spec. You know what I'm saying? With Nicholas Flash, I call it a spec. Because what they always say, oh, well, all the greats have L's on their record. Well, I call that a spec. You know what I'm saying? Because you really don't know everything that goes on with a fighter. But one loss on your record doesn't determine, you know what I'm saying, that you about to retire, you about to quit. You know what I'm saying? Everybody has something to learn in the sport of boxing. And a lot of us that seen the fight felt Jahi won the fight. But a lot of people don't know if a fighter has injuries. They always want to say it's excuses and everything else. But at the end of the day, if a fighter is going in here putting on a show or putting in that work in the gym and staying active, yeah, they're going to get injured. And sometimes they have to fight less than 100%. But if we look at Nikolai Seknashvili, He hasn't stepped back in the ring yet. I guess he's busy trying to tune up Xander Zayas, who's about to be at the main event. And shout out to Xander Zayas. He was a teenager that came on the scene. I'll get back to him just a little bit later. Just a couple minutes from, and then we have Nicholas Flash, who came in there, and he just picked up a win. He can box. You know what I'm saying? There's no hate towards Nicholas. He can box. And then you saw Francisco Varane, a top 5 ranked middleweight, come down here on a mission. It's almost like he had the orders to go out and attack, to remove. You know what I'm saying? It seemed like Varane had the orders to try to cancel out, to end, conclude, consummate Jahi Tucker's name. And he himself found out that he came without enough weaponry. He brought what? He bought the standard issue, y'all. He's talking about a U.S. Marine, okay? They always say once a Marine, always Marine. Francisco Varane brought weaponry, standard issue to the fight. Jahi Tucker brought other type of weaponry that Francisco's never seen before. So when he actually started squeezing off and the ammo start to basically hit Varane all over the place, along with they up, they see me, I'm down. I'm up, they see me, I'm down. When that defense combined with the offense of how, Jahi was landing those shots on Varane, it wasn't all about just bringing the standard issue and trying to put every lick of power into every punch to try to knock somebody out. Because it seems like Francisco was sent to knock out Jahi based off what they seen with Nikolai Sekner's Philly fight. And when Jahi was hurt, you know what I'm saying? I guess they looked at the film and they was happy. And they said, hey, amigo, you're looking strong. S.A., you're looking strong, amigo. Well, what they say about the strength, you know what I'm saying? You can't hit what you can't see. You can't hit what you can't see. And it was parts in the fight where he seen Jahi. But then again, when the punch was executed in motion, he had disappeared and he was at another location. And then when he saw him in that location, the GPS was getting a little bit discombobulated and twitching and glitching. And then he threw that punch and Jahi was over there in the opposite direction. What I'm trying to say is that, things didn't work out as planned. The only one that was talking up that release and that like it was the end was Timothy Bradley. I was so disappointed in Timothy Bradley, Desert Storm. Because I had so many of my friends, when that war kicked off, they had to go over there. But he was just acting like he was a freaking double agent or something. And let me get to this message to Jahi. I hope you're able to recover as far as being in the, permanent good graces of those who I believe was accomplice in trying to send you those lessons, so to speak. They say no weapon formed against you should prosper. And I think that was a perfect example how they actually tried to form the system. As Shaw News said, the program. They tried to get the program to go in there and turn your switch off. You know what I'm saying? Somehow, some way, for calling out Xander Zayas, you got punished for being a hungry challenger. You know what I'm saying? A hungry challenger, a call out, got all that resistance. I'm just asking myself, when I seen the big dogs call out each other growing up, oh man, they got the response from the fighter. You know what I'm saying? That's it. They got the response from the fighter. All the James, Tony, Roy Jones, man, the Tysons, Lennoxes, Rothmans, man, the Morales, Juan Manuel Marquez, the Barreras, the Oscars, Floyds. It was just too many names back then when they called out these fighters that they wanted to fight, that they wasn't punished. You know, it just came down to like maybe just because it wasn't social media, it played out the way it did. Maybe because it wasn't social media attachment, or it wasn't actively a platform that they could access to really, you know, spread this across the boxing universe, man. I guess it was more so, I see you in person, I'm gonna talk about it. I get in front of the camera after a fight, I'm gonna talk about it. I'm gonna call you out, the Antonio Tarvers. You know? But today, for a fighter to be hungry like that so early, and to call out one fighter, and to go through what I seen was a reprimand. That's what I say, that, you know, he learned the highs and lows a little bit, you know, early in his career, because it's almost like, to me, when he did it, people became enraged. They have the golden child there. But like I told Shaw News, don't worry about the ones who got out the blocks quick. It's not that Jahi was slower than everyone else. It's that you have what is called the program, so to speak, and they pick and choose who they wants to push and put the hand in the back, and who's going to be this. They will always find a reason on how much effort they want to put behind a fighter. It can be one little itty bitty situation. Say, nah, I don't like this person. I don't like that person. We're going to hold out on them. So you got to go through all these tests. And then in Jahi's case, you know, I felt like he got reprimanded a little bit, but it seems like it pissed him off. So I'm not going to, you know, talk about the shade, because it does exist in boxing. We just talk about the freaking headlights, the high beams that are shining the best for Team Tucker. You know what I'm saying? That's what I want to deal with. The high beams. You know, Jahi, keep the high beams on, man. You're doing an outstanding job. Your team is putting in the work, the hours, the days, the months to continue to expand the brand. You know what I'm saying? It's good that the parallels that, you know, you and Shaw News was able to meet and be able to grow this team and grow your brand and grow that journey that you on, that quest to be the best. You know what I'm saying? That's outstanding. And, you know, nothing but best wishes to y'all and blessings moving forward, man. It's outstanding to see you on a billboard in your own city. Number one prospect in the world. You know what I'm saying? Seeing yourself on a billboard. I mean, that's big, man. And you know, anybody who's been to New York, you know, they have a lot of lights. They have a lot of billboards. But it's something special when you get placed on one of those billboards. Everybody just can't have that moment where they're a part of something special in life, that they get put on a billboard in NYC, man. Salute to y'all. Keep doing the MFing thing. Salute to Shaw News. Man, I always say I'm happy. So, you know, for y'all, salute to his father. You know, he has more than one Tucker in the lab, in the den. You know what I'm saying? You got your Molly Tucker in the Lions den over there training. You know what I'm saying? Putting in that work. And they have a huge window, a wide open window for two fighters that's gonna, you know, change. You know, you're gonna see some changes that happen, man. You're gonna see some accomplishments and accolades moving forward. You're gonna see it play out in front of you, man. You're gonna see the growth. You're gonna see the success. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna see them reap the fruits of their labor, and you're gonna understand that they special, man. So, like, you know, Shaw News always say, man, get on board right now and support the young line. Don't say just because you don't like a certain content creator, you don't want to support the fighter that they're attached with. You got to be about yours, man. Just go out here and support who you want to support. If you think you as a boxing head, you know what I'm saying, that he goes out there, he has mad talent, he is the number one prospect, he's gifted, he does provide you that entertainment value that you look for, that excitement, electricity. Support him for that shit. Don't support him because you feel some type of way because the person that's attached to him, is talking they talk and dropping the sauce. I mean, that's not something for you to stir. You don't have to stir it up. Just support the fighter. That's all I'm saying. Support the fighter. That's it, man. And then this is a big deal, man. You know what I'm saying? June 8th, he returns for his 13th professional fight. Top Rank, the flagship of boxing promotions, ESPN Plus. He's stepping back in the Garden. You know what I'm saying? That's a big deal. If you look at the thumbnail, it's always a message in there for me. You know what I'm saying? You got Jahi looking at himself. You know what I'm saying? You got Jahi looking down at himself while his self is looking at where he's going. You know what I'm saying? What his freaking progress has taken him. It's always a message in any thumbnail I put out there. If you look at the clips that's on the thumbnail, those are reflection and highlights. You know what I'm saying? Those are the highlights of him already in his pro career. But he's the one, he's looking down at himself while himself is looking at the progress and where he's going. And that is on a billboard in his city for millions upon millions to view. Yeah, I know it gets a little technical like that, but I just had to put that out there. You know what I'm saying? So make sure y'all clip this thumbnail or whatever. Put it out there on your IG. Support him. He's stepping back in the square. He's going to be on the undercard. And Jahi Tucker, continue to do your thing, man. Much appreciated. Salute to you. Unlimited potential. Wish you nothing but the best, you and your team, man. You already know, bro. Let me get to the freaking chat. Tyrese is on deck, man. What's good with it? The OG Mr. Golden on deck. Salute to you. He said A-side Garcia versus EJ at 149. Drain him. Stop him in Jerry's world. EJ ego can't turn down the payday. Hey, man, we're going to talk about that. Good way to jump in here, and come here with a backflip. Shout out to the News by Shaw News Sauce Experience on deck. Bright Lights, Broadway, Times Square, Jahi Tucker, Slime Show, June 8th. Absolutely, man. You know what I'm saying? Just like I was saying, shout out to, Shaw News. Regardless, we have conversation about the views. The views don't matter. What matters is the progress that's behind the scenes and those individuals that's looking at you for all the right reasons, not the way people view you on here on the YTC. So who cares about what they don't see on here, because they're looking at you. It's not providing you with any type of freaking advice, any type of material, any type of freaking connections. They're not providing you with anything. The ones who actually that you're rubbing elbows with, gripping grin photos, sidebar conversations, phone calls and all that, behind the scenes, those are the ones that shining the most. You know what I'm saying? Those are the ones that's helping, cultivate the garden and continue to get that fruit out there. And Jahi shine and the team shines too. Name up on the street lights, Broadway, Times Square, baby views. Yes, sir. That's big time. That's big time. You know what I'm saying? Definitely happy for y'all, man. Fuck them all. I don't like them either. We still winning. Yeah, for sure. No doubt, man. Continue to do your thing, though, man. Real talk. YouTube is not what you have to say. It's YouTube is not a curriculum. YouTube doesn't guarantee, or it's not a process or a preliminary that you have to go through to get successful. It's just a platform that you temp loan. You know what I'm saying? You temple on it. Others have the opportunity to see what you have going on, and you're gonna have humanistic nature. You're gonna have people that recognize, you know what I'm saying, and show you the unconditional respect and love based off what they see. And you're gonna have the ones that never want to give you any type of indication that they can be non-biased. They can go over here and say, okay, if I don't like a person for whatever these reasons was, I still appreciate what they got going on with their fighter. I like what they got going on and how they making progress in the sport. You know what I'm saying? I can respect that, but you don't have maturity like that. You know what I'm saying? So continue to do your thing, man. Don't worry about who's looking and who ain't looking. Just worry about continuing to damn step left, step right, juking, dip under that, slip this, slap that. You know what I'm saying? I'm on a plane over here. I'm on a plane over there. You know what I'm saying? I'm continuing to expand. I'm growing. Hey, man, that's all you got to think about, man. You write your own map. You know what I'm saying? You got your own GPS coordinates. Shout out to Bruce Gas, Boxing Jazz, and more, man. Salute to you. OG on deck. You know what I'm saying? Great interview with Tim Witherspoon the other day, man. You know what I'm saying? A peek into the past, man. Not everybody can have those conversations. You know, that's why I tell people I don't do a lot of interviews. Like, I mean, I'm just saying I don't like, it's not something I do, but you know, it's good listening to Bruce, you know, kick it with the old vets and the OGs back in the day. You know, what we say, shooting the shit in the Marine Corps. We shooting the shit. You know what I'm saying? We talking. You know, solid interview with Tim Witherspoon. He, you know, it's good. He's always talkative. You know what I'm saying? You able to keep that going. You know, big shout out to Bruce, man. Conquest on deck, man. No more hiding, Bomac line. No more hiding, for real. No more hiding. So let's talk about what's been out there. And see, unlike certain people, you know, I have no problem with highlighting or citing, you know, certain people who put information out there. But let me say this though. Let me let you listen to this right quick. And we're gonna get the cooking on Errol Spence and Garcia. You understand? Because it's something they're trying to put this, you know, in hot water and make it seem like it's gathering steam. It's something cooking up real nice. But it ain't nothing but hot water right now. Listen to this right quick. And this is site from the News by Shaw News Sauce Experience, man.
The community does, right? But it's like I was telling somebody else behind the scenes, right? Positive vibes, I want to say before I say this, right? Because, you know, whenever I kill Errol Spence with facts, you know, the Errol Spence fanatics, the ones that hide behind ghost accounts, they want to come and comment on my stuff, right? So I want to make sure I say positive vibes though, right? But it's like I disclosed to somebody behind the scenes, right? I said, yo, this fits right up Errol Spence's category, right? He likes to fight smaller Latino fighters. His prior big thing was when he beat on smaller Mikey Garcia. You know, he beat on smaller Mikey Garcia. He beat on smaller Danny Garcia. Now he's going back and forth with smaller Ryan Garcia. So that's his thing. He likes to fight smaller Latinos named Garcia. Hopefully you guys are still my content, right? Because see, I was going to tweet this, but I said, nope. I pay attention now. You successful scammers, right, would have took my tweet that I put out and then would have went on live and talked about it.
So let's highlight and talk about that. You know what I'm saying? And that was from the News by Shaw News Sauce Experience. You know, great point made. You know, when it comes down to what we see this going on right now, right? We see a back and forth exchange. So all of a sudden, you know, when the Ryan Garcia and Devin Haney situation starts to settle down just a little bit. Now, people have been waiting and waiting and waiting. And I've been mentioning it. I've been absolutely sarcastic on the entire matter, trying to find out what's going on with Spence. And yes, all of a sudden, we see a video which I refuse to play. It's not worth my time. I already, put a video out there with, DJ smacking him in the head with the left hook with the mitts on. And I said, hey, that's it, man. I told y'all before that fight even happened, I said, they're done. You know what I'm saying? It's something else going on. But anyway, people been waiting for Errol Spence to come out the woodworks. Him showing up in Vegas was trash. It wasn't even anything really to that. They wanted something to pop off, and it was just like having a hand in your back, and he was a puppet for that weekend. You know what I'm saying? That's all. He was a puppet. Then he came out in one of the most boringest, sleepiest, groggled videos, interviews that I've been able to waste a moment of my life listening to. With his tax prepper, his tax preparer, his tax assessor, whatever you want to call her. I mean, really didn't ask anything about anything that we wanted to hear. We want somebody to ask about, July 29th. We want somebody to ask the hard question. We want somebody to bring us up to date on what's been going on with Errol Spence. That's what we want to hear. We want to hear something to that point. We want to hear something refreshing. Even if it's Errol, basically, I want him to give us the same energy that you gave AO. When you knew Terrence Crawford them was going to fight, you say, hey, let's start a podcast, babe. Come on, I'm going to tell you everything that's been talked about online. Yes, I was drinking. Yes, I was doing this. Yes, I was doing that. Yes, I was fucking up. Yes, I was doing that. Yes, I was doing that. Yes, I was doing. I mean, that's where we at right now. We're trying to find out what's been going on with your life, homeboy. So you come up with a text, a freaking interview, and she asking you how you got started in boxing. Man, come on already. Anyway, I'm not here to really talk about that. It's just all of a sudden, Ryan Garcia, who supposed to be on the slab, he's supposed to be standing on the slab in front of people, and they trying to determine whether he was going to get hung or not for popping dirty. He don't seem to care about that shit. So if you've been paying attention, Ryan Garcia has been on this so-called vendetta against Spence, all because of Diddy James not being paid in full. Who the hell made you the enforcer? Now, one thing I can say about Spence now, he might have gotten beat last year, but he ain't no punk. And like I would tell anybody and everybody who listening, goddammit, sober or inebriated, Spence ain't about to take no ass whooping from Ryan Garcia. And I'm pretty sure Spence beat up on Ryan Garcia already. I'm pretty sure they feel the need to make this a thing because they know each other. You have to understand, boxing is all about the hocus pocus. It's a full-blown global talent show, man. And most of the stages and the drawing of the curtains happen right here on the YTC, y'all. Ryan Garcia is supposed to be on this agenda, this mission to basically hold Spence accountable because of what he did to his favorite trainer, Diddy James. Spence didn't pay Diddy James on time. So the enforcer, Ryan Garcia, is set to go out hunting. And they have been going back and forth, as you read in the thumbnail. I'll legit beat his ass at AT&T Stadium. Now, I need to stop right there. Because, look, before I even really got, when I heard people talk about this, I said the only way this fight is going to happen, really, that they can get away with all the bullshit is in Texas. And lo and behold, it showed AT&T Stadium. You don't have to worry about none of that shit. Hey, Spence is definitely going to make the weight in Texas. I told you all before he went to Vegas, I said, if he got to leave that state line, it's over. And sure enough, he came in at 147, but he was losing weight all the way up to the fight. Anyway, it said, I'll legit beat his ass at AT&T Stadium at 154, 160. Off the strength of him testing positive, but I ain't gonna take no tune-up. Look, 150, 160? Seriously. I thought your peoples was trying to get you to lose weight for 154. But what did I say? Spence should fight at 160, right? Didn't I tell you all that? I say, Spence, why don't you just fight at 160 and get a belt? Hell, none of the cats that you used to rock with heavy, the Charlos, the Mar Charlo ain't the champion no more. But I said, as big as you get, man, you should be at 160. You don't have to go to 154. But he wants to bring little itty bitty Garcia, who just weighed in 143.2. Just like Sean News said, man, Errol Spence is trying to basically befriend, accost another Garcia to his matrimony. I mean, how many marriages you gotta have with the last name Garcia in boxing? You fought Mikey Garcia coming up from Robert Easter 135. You fought Danny Garcia, who's one of your BFFs from around the way. You fought him your first fight back from the accident. And then now you're in an argument with Ryan Garcia, who's obviously only had, what, a couple of fights, moving up from 135 to 140. He fought Javier Fortuna, then Oscar Duarte. Even Tank, he fought out of weight just a little bit higher. You know what I'm saying? But Oscar Duarte and then Devin Haney. But Spence put it out there. I'll legit beat his ass at AT&T Stadium 154, 160. We're talking about people whining, bitching, complaining of Crawford moving up to 168. But it's okay for Ryan to go from 140 up to maybe plus weight divisions and possibly fight Errol Spence. It's okay, right? Because he's the pretty boy that can go out here and finesse the crowd. I get it. Ron said, please, let's run it. I will gladly destroy you and finish the job. Crawford almost did. I will finish the job. He's saying Crawford didn't finish the job. This man right here know he'll get his ass beat. See, what people take for granted about Crawford when they mention his name and want to take little jabs is that Ryan Garcia may be out at a club, right? In a city that his brain housing, his thought process couldn't fathom that Crawford will pop up until you be up in the club and you know everybody's kissing you at yeah, right. And then you see these eyes over there in the corner keep blinking. You say, hold up, y'all. Damn, who that over there? It's just it's like boys in the hood. When motherfucker was at the table eating fries and they saw that goddamn impeller in the cut with the lights off. Hey, who that right there? You see them the white of his eyes over in the corner blinking. Hey, who's that over there? This shit. And Crawford just sitting over there in the cut. It's easy when you just talking shit. He know where to go and where not to go. But Ryan is talking shit to Errol Spence right now and say he'll finish with Crawford then. I think you can't say anything more to what he did. Like you just got out the ring with Devin Haney and you didn't finish shit. He stopped him in the 9th round. Who has Tank stopped? Except Oscar Duarte. Who has Ryan stopped? You didn't stop Tank. Errol Spence say Tank didn't get to finish you because you quit like a hoe. Like we knew you would. Go find someone to play with. So therefore, if y'all don't remember, who was training Ryan Garcia heading to the fight with Tank? Cause Errol Spence said Tank didn't get to finish you because you quit like a hoe, like we knew you would. I wonder who is we that know Ryan Garcia was going to quit like a hoe. He said, hold on for a second, y'all. He said, let's see this dude's next move. Won't do ish. I'm calling him out and there's no offer. Errol Spence, I welcome the challenge. 160. Now, people are talking about this shit. 160, y'all. He's going from complaining about, Tank having him rehydrate up to 10 pounds. You know what I'm saying? 136 to 146. He got through that. Like Spence said, he quit like a hoe. And whoever we are, I don't know who we is, like they thought he would. But Ryan is talking about moving from 140 to 47 to 54 to 60. That's 3 weight divisions, right? Not only is he trying and attempting to convince us that he want to fight Errol Spence Jr., he's also attached the name of Sebastian Fundora, which we all know, point blank period, that Sebastian Fundora would decapitate freaking Ryan Garcia. That dude is just talking. He's a clout chaser. And this takes me back to when I was making those videos about Ryan Lion Garcia. He's back to doing the exact same thing, y'all. He's capion. But this is making headlines because a fight with Spence is possible. Because Ryan Garcia is convinced the small, select few that he can make some money. He can make his opponent some money, y'all. He's convincing them. He convincing people that he can make you some money. And Spence right now, he's looking to make some money. He don't care too much about a title right now. You know what I'm saying? That little bullshit he tried to do with blocking Crawford didn't work. But Spence is all about getting paid again. So he can go back to his tax lady and put the world to sleep again. So he want to go back out there and make some money and try to make that bag with Ryan Garcia because he believes he can do it. Now, I don't know who's going to be the financiers, but people are going to talk about this fight, especially if he comes back, which he should. He should come back clean. And if he comes back dirty, y'all, nobody gives a damn. He's still going to go ahead and fight who he wants. And people going, some people going to look at, oh, that was fucked up, Ryan. But truth be told, it don't have nothing to do with skills. That's all they talking about. So this fight is going to happen. This fight is going to happen because people feeling empathy for Spence and they feeling empathy for Ryan Garcia because they took the side of the pretty boy and giving him passes. You know what I'm saying? He is so much of a toll for him to carry around that backpack with $100 million on there, 25 years old. The fact he said he was molested when he was younger. Look, the fact that they tied him up. They hog-tied him and took him over there and forced him to look at things that scarred him for life. People up here actually respecting him on how far he was willing to go to act like a nut job and then to tell you to your face that, hey, I was just playing. I was just playing, y'all. Y'all really thought I was great? And then, look, I even said this. When nigga goddamn pop positive, he was out. He wasn't goddamn in like some people that we looking at, like Errol Spence. Errol Spence had me decide to come out. This dude put out the same video. The same freaking video, man. He will put out one running video. And that's it. Get the same freaking lethargic goddamn content creator to go up here and put this shit out and ask, hey, you look in great shape. What are you on, 126 right now? You're looking like you can compete at 140 if you want to. Hey, Ryan Garcia is calling you out, right? You do know that, right? Ryan Garcia is calling you out. You think you and him will fight at a catch weight between 140 and 147? You're looking in great shape, man. You doing anything different? You're looking ripped, shredded, cut. Look like, oh my God. You look better than you ever did at 147. He'd be hyping that shit up, man. Spence look every bit of a cruiserweight right now. Going on the run and showing people. Just like that video came up with him jump roping. I don't know, it just gave me those vibes when you see people throwing sacks of potatoes up on the shelf and that dust comes off of them because they're dirty. Potatoes are dirty. And you see that damn, that cloud of waterfall dust just comes out after the damn potatoes hit. You know what I'm talking about? Do you? I mean, that's what he looked like when he was jump roping. You know what I'm saying? When you got that old donkey out there in the pasture and the motherfucker goddamn want to lay down and scratch his back. When it's time for him to get up off that motherfucker, all you see is some dust kicking up in the pasture. You're like, what the fuck is that? Oh, that's so-and-so. Oh, man. Somebody, hey, Jimmy, go out there and help Earl up. No, not Earl. Help Lolo up. Get her off her back. She does this all the time. Get her off her back. It just seems like he was just, very slow, lethargic. Jump roping. Then he puts out another video, him running. Kudos to you going on a jog. Kudos to you going on a run. You know what I'm saying? It takes us back to what you did to prepare for the fight. You was running the week of fight week to lose the weight, and you came in at 147, which we all know you missed weight. But nobody wasn't going to have that fight. It was so much money. It was so many people in town. It was so much weight riding on that fight. I'm talking about monetary weight, betting weight. Woo! They wasn't going to cancel that fight. That's why they brought you in at 147. You probably weighed in at 157, to be honest with you. But as the story goes, what Crawford was able to do was done. The T-Mobile massacre happened. You know what I'm saying? And Ryan Garcia is looking at him as fish food. Ryan Garcia is saying, I'm making the money and we can make money together. Who would have thought that there would be a third Garcia to the matrimony? You know what I'm saying? Like, how can you marry 3 Garcias in boxing in the ring? Has any other fighter been able to do that? Has any other fighter been able to potentially fight 3 Garcias? What is up with Spence and these Garcias? You know what I'm saying? What is up with this? What do you look to gain in your career when they talk about you later on and they mention the 3 Garcias? You know what I'm saying? Like, what are you looking to get from fighting these guys? Look. Let's be honest with ourselves. We're coming up on that anniversary, y'all. You know what I'm saying? We're coming up on the 1-year anniversary for the T-Mobile massacre where Crawford went out here and slayed the fish. What Ryan Garcia is talking about, I don't fucking know. Because we know Ryan Garcia don't get his pretty nails out there. He don't go out there and cast no rod. He'll break his nail. His mascara start to run. What is he going to do? At 160? Now, you definitely ain't going to see no drug testing in this shit. There's definitely not going to be any drug testing over there. They want to go to AT&T Stadium where the tea is sweet. Oh man, we made it back. I'm fighting Ryan Garcia at home. Oh man, I feel so good. Let's get shredded. Let's get shredded. Ryan Garcia over there saying, man, can you please place that ashwagandha root order, please? And this time, I think last time, yeah, go ahead and give me 2-3 orders of nandrolone. It's no testing, right? No randoms, right? Nah, it's you good, bro. Yeah, just give me about 2 or 3 of those. I gotta goddamn build this Mosa ass up. Go ahead and knock out Earl in his hometown. Make it interesting. You know what I'm saying? Get down and weight, get shredded. Get right for the posters and all that. But as we already know, that Crawford's already, canceled out. And this is what July 29, 2023 looked like. You had a fish that was ashore, beat the fuck up, and it was all bad. The big fish was caught by just I'm talking about a minnow hook. And Crawford did a freaking farewell, and he did a celebratory Chavo post fight. And he was dragging this fish down the boulevard. You know what I'm saying? It was pretty decent. It was hot out there. They say it started to smell a little bit, but yeah, he had 2 pontoon boats. He was dragging this bitch down the boulevard, man. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know what Ryan Garcia planned on doing, except, this is another money grab for him. He's becoming the Jake Paul, but as a professional fighter. He wants to generate the revenue and have people fight him regardless of what happens. As you notice, he's taking on the Tank Davis blueprint. Tank Davis has been defending Ryan Garcia. I told you they had like a kinship after the fight. Ryan Garcia is all about making the big money without going for the titles. Tank Davis is pretty much locked that in. He said something the other day. He said, these guys got to go over there to Saudi Arabia to do what I'm doing here in the States. And he's absolutely correct. He's making money right here in his backyard. They have to go to the sandbox to make those millions. Ryan Garcia is proving to people he can make money right here in his backyard, while others have to go over elsewhere to get the money. Hey, I told y'all, I may not be highly favored of Ryan Garcia, but it's a lot of fighters telling me that I shouldn't really waste too much energy and stress on this shit. Because if Errol Spence is going to come out the blue and say he'll fight Ryan Garcia at 154, 160, and nobody's up here bitching like they was when Crawford was calling out Canelo, it just goes to show you, man, it's too many freaking cowards this in this game of reporting, and they want to pick and choose who they want to criticize and who they want to congratulate. Damn well a small fighter like that going up in there against a fighter who's considered to be the boogeyman at one point, the weight bully, the one they was talking about. Oh man, look how much bigger he is than Crawford. Has anybody said that Ryan Garcia was bigger than Crawford? So if they was looking at Errol Spence at the presser being bigger than Crawford, and then you got skinny ass Ryan Garcia trying to say he's going to fight at 160, I believe he'll take a fight at 160. I believe Spence will take the fight because Spence needs something to rejuvenate his career. You know what I'm saying? So Ryan Garcia taking his second loss with an Errol Spence Jr., nobody's even going to look at it like anything. They're going to say, man, this wasn't for a belt. Oh, this was for entertainment, dog. Who cares? I mean, who gonna think that at 160 Ryan's gonna come up there? Well, I'll take that back. I hold your horses. That's the WCS. Hold your hey, Ryan Garcia did admit, he said he was gonna finish what Crawford did. Crawford did some damage now. I was about to say, who would think that Ryan Garcia go up here and knock out Errol Spence? But I got to hold my horses on that shit. I got to put that motherfucker back in the motherfucking corral. I'm getting a little bit ahead of myself. Hey, take that saddle off that motherfucker. Put. I'm trying to ride out on it. No. Ryan Garcia, I don't know. He catch him. You know what I'm saying? That residual effect from Crawford. I don't know, man. It might not be what you want. You know, those of you that's put money on this fight, you know, Ryan may have a chance to go over here and shock a little people. I'm just saying, people. I'm just saying in general. I'm just saying. Crawford beat the brakes off him, pillar the post. I'm not saying Ryan Garcia has the power to go up there and stop Spence. But, you know, we haven't had the opportunity. We don't know if this fight is going to happen or when it's going to happen. But he's headed to the 1-year anniversary of the T-Mobile Massacre, which would mark a defining year since that event happened. So when do they plan on making this fight? Can somebody tell me? When they plan on making this fight? When? It's definitely not going to be in July. Is it going to be in August? Are they going to try to plan it right around the time, you know, Turk Sheik? They'll be fools to do that. If they have it in freaking AT&T Stadium, they definitely going to make sure that they're not competing with anybody and you know, put a high pay-per-view price. Because believe me when I tell you this, they're going to jack the price up. If Errol Spence and Ryan Garcia, which in reality for the state of boxing is not a bad fight. Hell, make it. I'm not going to sit up here and argue about shit that people up here, you know, putting their hands up in the air and saying, yay, we want to see Ryan again. We want to see him again. If he can do that to Devin, we want to see what he'll do to Spence. Hey, I'm not going to sit up here and debate with y'all. I'm not going to do it, bro. I'm not going to do it. Y'all are desperately seeking Garcia. Y'all are on the bandwagon. Behind the scenes, y'all niggas just talking and talking. Y'all are happy that he did what he did to Devin. I know you are. So you want to see him go up here and attempt to do it to another brother. Yeah, you do. You want to see the fight over there at AT&T Stadium. I know you do. And just think about it. Ryan Garcia is training over there. And let me put some puzzles. Let me put some puzzles on the table for you so you can get, you know, some pieces on the table for you so you can complete this puzzle. The reason why I say this fight makes a lot of sense is because Ryan Garcia is training with Diddy James over there. Errol Spence used to be a part of the Diddy James World Class Furniture Store. Are you getting where I'm cooking now? I'm about to put this motherfucker together for you now. I'm about to dump it in hot grease. Ryan Garcia is currently training with Diddy James, who is the former trainer of Errol Spence Jr. Then you have the court situation that's going on. Then you have two individuals that had the opportunity to work with each other briefly inside the furniture store. Now to come to AT&T Stadium for a fight, which has backstory to it when it comes to Spence leaving Diddy James after the massacre. And now Ryan Garcia will be over there on his third fight. You know what I'm saying? On his third fight, he's not a champion, so he has no mandatories or volunteer and none of that shit. So he's coming out of the woods. And, you know, he's coming out the woodshed trying to say, you know what, I want to punish freaking Errol Spence for not doing Diddy James right. So they're going to build up this little fabricated rivalry between Errol Spence and Ryan Garcia from trash talking online. All because the little puzzle pieces work together to paint this picture that Ryan Garcia is the one that's coming off the success from Diddy James, from beating Devin Haney, and Errol Spence is coming off a loss. People are unsure on how good he truly is anymore. And you have a clash, a collision course that's going on between two fighters that was training with the same trainer. And we don't even know who Ryan Garcia is training with right now. If you're looking at the video with him and Marvelous Jarvis, the mid work, when you're talking about, you can't even put that on a grading scale of 1 to 10. No. Don't do yourself that justice. This goes on a verbal scale of, was it good or was it super atrocious? Super atrocious is good. I mean, I'm together. They're together. You know what I'm saying? So it was it good or super atrocious? It's either or, one half, you choose. So we got nothing from that mid work because that shit was worse than amateur mid work. It's worse than people just go up here and put mitts on for the first time in Walmart and say, hey man, do what they be doing on TV. Do what the Mayweathers was doing. Go ahead. That shit was just putting out there just for fun. So we don't know who Spence is training with. We have to assume that Marvelous Jarvis is not his head trainer. I want to hope to God and pray to the Texas freaking Angels that he is not the head trainer. Okay, so we don't know who he's training with. But the backstory between these two, it fits real nice to build up a fight between Ryan Garcia and Errol Spence Jr. because he's gonna take the lead, and you know he's gonna sit up here and advocate for Diddy James. He's gonna be somewhat like the protector. It's about, well, I went in there and beat Devin with him. Why couldn't you beat Crawford with him? Somebody ain't right. Maybe you wouldn't be out in the streets. You know, it's gonna get real nasty. It's gonna get real nasty. Ryan's gonna have to keep the same energy, but more that he had with Devin Haney, except he's gonna have to use more so realistic trash talking from him, not assuming a character. He need to talk about shit he's done found out about Spence. And this fight, people want to see it. Real talk. I'm just telling you how it's gonna play out. People would definitely want to see this fight, even though he's coming up 14 weight classes. You know what I'm saying? From starting off with minimum weight to going up to 160. I think it's 21 weight classes. He coming up 21 weight classes to face a guy who has always been known to balloon up in weight in between fights. So easily, Errol Spence is the bigger fighter. So that clash will happen with some animus behind it, contentiousness, because, you know, Errol's no longer with Diddy James no more. This test come back, you know, Ryan Garcia has the bragging rights of Devin Haney, and he's going to talk about freaking Errol Spence getting beat up by Crawford. The trash talking is going to be amazing. But AT&T Stadium is what Errol Spence needs to revive him right now. He needs it. He needs it. But give him his props. He paid the $20K entry fee. Okay, now I'm done. Hey, Conquest. Hey, why you bring it? Why you bringing that up now? Because you know goddamn well, you know Ryan don't care about money. And hey, we want to keep it professional. He did pay that $20K entry fee, didn't he? He went up there betting on Rolly Romero, who he don't get along with, that he'll beat Tank. Come on now. And who did he go to? Errol Spence Jr. You're absolutely right, man. He already paid the entry fee, man. You know what I'm saying? Hot grease. He loves fighting smaller Latino Garcias. Yeah, man. Muchas gracias. Te quiero mucho, mi amor. He love him, man. He love him. He say, hey, we're not going to have a hard time negotiating this. I mean, they want to give all their money to freaking Canelo Alvarez. Shit, when Spence brought this fight to the table, they said, sure. We love Latinos over here. We love them. How much you want? I ain't gonna want about 45 minutes. All right, cool. Well, you know, I'm gonna have to get like 25, 30. No, we'll talk about that later on the back end. It's cool when they do it, but the problem when I do it. Hey, man, damn. They're gonna, you know, this fight is actually gonna pick up steam if it happens, because they're doing the same default shit they always do. Trash talking the media and start going at each other and talking about do something Crawford. Then, hey, Garcia, you better chill. You know how Crawford show up and be over there in the cut, and you don't know until you see the white of his eyes blinking over there. I'm telling you, you better chill. You better ask T.O. T over there getting looked at, and then he came outside. He saw them goddamn eyes over there blinking. Hey, come here, man. Hey, man, Crawford, I don't want no problem, man. What is this about? Come here, man. Hey, where my security? Why everybody left? Turn around, ain't nobody with you. Ain't nobody there with you. I just didn't know you was talking a lot of shit, man. Hey, first of all, man, you know I'm just doing it for the gram. I'm doing it for the gram. Come on, bud. Chill, man. Why you always on some gangster shit, dog? Damn. You beat Spence, man. Chill. You got what you wanted. You 2-time undisputed. Damn, dog. Everybody who talk about you, man, you got to show up on, you got to pull up on them. Can't you just take a break from the pull-up game? Blue Hustle Man in the building. What up with you, bro? I see you on deck. Arnold Brown in the building. Alonzo on deck. Salute to you, brother. Same old same routine. Shaking my head. Same old same, man. You know, you talking about that mid shit. Man, you know, when I initially received that, my inbox and I had an argument. You know, say, hey, man, goddamn, can you tell, you know, Shot News to stop sending that shit, man? That shit, man, make me mad, man. Because Marvin's job is, This is the same dude who said Spence, goddamn, hit him in with a body shot, and he was out for freaking 2 rounds, man. I got to stand on business, man. Don't send that shit to the inbox no more. I got standards and morals on this bitch, man. That's what my inbox was arguing with me about, dog. Like, shit. News by Shot News said, for real, smash the like button, man. We got to get this. We got to get down to this test. You know what I'm saying? And also, we have to understand that the 1-year anniversary of the T-Mobile massacre where Crawford hauled in that fish you see in the rear. Yeah. That's what happened. It looks very grimacing, huh? Like a menacing. It looked menacing. Like look how big that big fish was. I guess, you know, I guess the bait was a little bit too tantalizing. And he caught that motherfucker and beat it up. You could tell all the blood around his mouth. But let's see how it works out, man, because Garcia, the third Garcia, we have to basically organize them. All right. The third Garcia that's on tap right now, Ryan, he said he's going to finish the job that Crawford wasn't able to in this picture. I mean, the shark looked dead to me. He looked like he killed a part of that big fish. The big fish looked like it's done and over. That's what it looked like to me. So when it comes to the boxing community, all I have to say is, those of you that's trying to give this any type of attention and love and affection, you wrong for that shit. Because when it came to Canelo, y'all didn't want to hear none of it. But since y'all have a new favorite, popular, pretty boy that you want to support, you know what I'm saying? A lot of you niggas here in the Bath and Body all of a sudden trying to find out what freaking body creams and shower gels you can get, you know, just because Ryan Garcia put him in his freaking IG. A lot of you niggas trying to be him. You know what I'm saying? Y'all trying to make sure y'all stay close and hope to see him in person to get a picture now. Because he beat one of your fighters that you didn't like. Now it's a clown show. It's partially a clown show with Ryan because he's doing what clowns do, man. You know, he put on the costume for several months. He played the game. But yet what made it even more interesting to the people is that he went in there and got the victory. And I'm telling you all, a lot of people don't care if he come back positive for Ostarine, which from what I heard is not going to happen. But now him fighting Errol Spence Jr., let's see, man. I'm not going to lie. I'll watch the fight, man. I'll watch the fight. No, I'm not even going to bullshit you. I will watch the fight, man. I will watch the fight. Because it's probably going to be at a weekend where there's not many fights going on. Yet they're not in competition with the UFC or Bellator PFL rather, and shit like that. So I'll watch the fight. But they have some other big fights that's going on. And I know also Ryan Garcia called out Sebastian Fundora, which that fight is not going to happen, man. Even though his trainer, his promoter or whatever, Samson be all on board to fight Ryan Garcia because he know Ryan Garcia potentially may bring the money. Even though they can fight Crawford for a big check, Crawford has no likable style because they know he's going to punish freaking Fundora and they don't want him to get knocked out again. You know what I'm saying? Erickson Lubin knocked him down. Brian Mendoza knocked him out. And Crawford's going to finish and put him in the hospital. They don't want that right now. They want to freaking savage Sebastian Fundora, have him defend his titles a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Just give him time to build upon this title reign of his. But shout out to Team Tucker. Shout out to News by Shaw News, man. Continue to progress, stand on business, continue to grow, do what you got to do behind the scenes. As always, shout out to you and the whole team. Big shout out to Team freaking Crawford. Why? Because he has a fight coming up for 4 divisions, and also I want to see if he's going to end up pulling up on Ryan Garcia and make him do a freaking an apology video. You know what I'm saying? And make him do an apology video. Hey, it seemed like I got my mic from Temu. Hey, it's looking like I got my mic from Temu, y'all. Shit, my shit keep goddamn going out for whatever reason. You know what I'm saying? I guess because I'm missing goddamn fish and wildlife. And I got this thumbnail up here. My shit won't even stay active. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to 76, man. D-Ray live on the drive in the building. Shout out to you, man. Salute. Big shout out to the hottest chat in the MF game, man. I'm about at an hour and a half, man. You know what I'm saying? Appreciate everyone pulling up, man, and supporting the channel. You know, definitely go over there and check out Team Tucker, Jahi Tucker on deck June 8th. Definitely check him out, you know, and everything. Put this thumbnail out there if you choose to. You know what I'm saying? Show love, support. And then also remember this right here, y'all. Remember this. Garcia Bromance. Look at that one down there, number 3 of Diddy James, Ryan Garcia, and EJ. They've been in the ring already together. They've been, you know, getting a little work. This is well planned. You know, just like Conquest says, a $20K entry fee has been paid in full. You know what I'm saying? So he is accepted. They have approved his entry packet, his application to potentially fight Spence at 160. So stay tuned, man. The Garcia bromance continue. You know what I'm saying? Good point brought up by Shaw News about the Garcia mania. Uno, dos, tres. Mikey, Danny, and now Ryan. You know what I'm saying? Now we're going to see the online beef that only goes on in the sport of boxing, y'all. This is it. The online beef that only goes on in the sport of boxing. But shout out to y'all, man. Make sure y'all go there and support Who is Jahi Tucker. And follow him, man. He's getting big. Not just goddamn the shoulders. You know what I'm saying? The biceps, the forearms, and them paws that he got, man. You know what I'm saying? Check him out. He got a fight coming up June 8th. In the meantime, I'm out. Peace.